Hello there, lovely people. This is me, Ashley, here, sending my love to you from whatever reality I'm in today to whatever reality you happen to find yourself in. Thanks to somebody who commented on my Houdini video, alerted me to the fact that there's been a really rather large historical change, a British change. Now, I'm going to explain to you exactly what it is. And well, as you can see, it's about Guy Fawkes. So if you're not in Britain, you're not really going to know who Guy Fawkes is. So I'll explain that. But one of the things I want to explain first is that everybody here knows the V for Vendetta anonymous face mask. That's based on Guy Fawkes's face. So that's the first thing you need to understand. All those V for Vendetta. Hi, Hi, Brian. All those V for Vendetta masks that you see, all those anonymous masks, they're all Guy Fawkes. Right. So in the 1600s, Guy Fawkes was he was part of a conspiracy to blow up Parliament. Parliament and also the monarchy was now Protestant. And it was still very early days, and there was to cut the story short, there was a very large Catholic uprising, and the plan was to blow up Parliament. Anyway, on the 5th of November, and I think it was 1605, on the 5th of November, the plot was foiled, and the gunpowder was found underneath Parliament, and the conspirators were all rounded up. Now, we all know this without question, because every November the 5th, apart from the fact that it's actually the day I lost my mum, but for hundreds of years, especially England, because it's an English thing really, way before we had the United Kingdom, it was really an English thing. We burn Guy Fawkes. We make Guys, we have Guys, we make a whole effigy and burn it on the top of a bonfire. And there's a whole rhyme about it. Remember the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. I cannot think of why the 5th of November should ever be forgot. Hi, VJB, hi. So we've been doing this for 400 years. Now, when the conspirators were found, they were all, and I mean all of them, were hung, drawn and quartered. And that's where you're hung till you're not quite dead. And then they lie you on the floor and they cut your genitals off, and they either show you them or they feed them to you. They'll literally put them in your mouth, and they rip out your intestines. And then when you die, they quarter your whole body, and it's in your bodies, and your head and your body are put in different places. That's how it used to be. Now, Guy Fawkes, along with all the other co-conspirators, was hung, drawn and quartered. We all know that. We've known that for 400 years. Well, the person who was originally alerted me to this change, there's a change. He didn't get hung, drawn and quartered anymore. So I was like straight on the whole thing. And believe me, I was absolutely gobsmacked, because at the moment where I am anyway, we seem to be in the middle of a change where Google can't quite make up its mind what's going on. So I straight away, what happened to Guy Fawkes? And there it is. What he actually did in this reality was, after they were all very, very badly tortured. Torture back in those days was not pleasant. Torture's never pleasant in any time. Torture is torture. And this new reality says that on his way up the steps, he leapt to his death and broke his neck, because he didn't want to have his genitals in his mouth, is what they're actually saying. That particular part of being hung, drawn and quartered, he didn't want that. But obviously, who does? But in this reality, he leapt from the steps of the gallows and broke his neck and died, thus getting away really with the punishment. And that is what this reality is saying. But it's also saying, and I saw one particular article where it said that it actually said that he did still get hung, drawn and quartered, but had he tried to jump off the steps, he would have broken his neck. So it's like, hang about, and the other one is on two separate sites. We've still got the we've still got him being hung, drawn and quartered. But where it's saying he isn't is in British newspapers, in the Telegraph and the Times are talking about this new version. So I'm going to keep my eye on that, because it's generally, I mean, I've found myself, whenever we're going through a shift in something, you can get, well, generally 3 different versions of events. That's exactly what's going on here. And also what was going on with the Houdini video, all your memories and that. I will be making another video about that, but I just really wanted to update you on something that is massive bit of history, a massive bit of history, because those the sources that are saying that he jumped to his death, thus missing out the being hung, drawn and quartered, they are credible sources. It's not just some, you know, some random source somewhere. They're credible sources. It's British top newspapers, so they would certainly know what the actual history was. And in my reality, my old reality, he was hung, drawn and quartered, but it seems to be more evidence towards it swinging towards in this reality, towards him having leapt to his death to avoid being hung, drawn and quartered. So there we are. History changing all the time. History changing, things in your face changing. So I'll keep you updated on that one, but it's just yet again another piece of history and it's something that, you know, every English person should know that story. Every English person does know that story. We know exactly why we burn Guy Fawkes every 5th of November. So, yeah, there we go. A really important part of English history, completely. I mean, it's that, like I've said at the beginning of this video, the anonymous mask is based on Guy Fawkes's face. You know what I mean? That it's his face, the anonymous mask. So it's a very important link to what is now worldwide. So there we go, people. Is there any history that is changing around you at the minute? Because I mean, here it does seem to be history changing at the moment. I mean, obviously we're getting all kinds of the usual changes, you know, things disappearing, coming back. But at the moment, it seems to be things that we all know historically are being changed before our very eyes. And again, if you're a denier, this is what I mean. Why don't you just go and have a look what it says on Google yourself? You know, because no matter where we are in the world, Google should say the same thing for us all. Google is supposed to tell us the fact, and the fact should stay the fact. No matter where we are in the world, it should stay the fact. And quite clearly, as we've demonstrated many times before, it isn't. So go and have a look for yourselves, please. Go and let me know what it says about Guy Fawkes in Google on your history. No matter where you come from in the world, let me know what it's saying on Google for you, please. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you and love you and leave you, because I only wanted to come on here quickly and just do a quick cover. So I've done that. So thank you for watching. And until next time, I love you all.